this is the only thing Aaron and I have in common is getting out of traffic and doing something you don't want to do. This is just, I'm telling you, man, you got to see now you're experiencing the true tri-state area deal here. 2 overturned tractor trailers I heard out there.
3.
3? Come on.
A little bit different than Green Bay, isn't it?
Yeah. Thankfully.
Yeah, but you know what? Green Bay doesn't have Chicago and Broadway. Think about that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Really,
How was
really
that?
missing out.
How was that experience last night?
2 nights ago.
Oh, 2 nights ago.
Yeah,
okay.
2 nights ago, I believe. It was great. Yeah, there's a group of guys that really enjoy the theater, kind of led by CJ. CJ was a producer on one of the plays that was musicals that was up for a Tony. So they put together some stuff. I mean, listen, I love hanging out with my teammates. If it's got to be going to Broadway shows, so be it.
So be it.
I
Well, you
enjoy
seem
it.
like a Broadway guy. I mean, you're a Met Gala guy.
I've been once.
Yes. Well, you were this year. You're a Ranger guy. You're a Nick guy. I mean, you made yourself at home.
I've been enjoying myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, are you a road rage guy, like in the situation you were in?
No.
Because I'm starting to get that back in me. It's not
I'm
good.
zenned out.
So what do you do? Like, give me a tip on that when you're losing your mind in the car. And like the other day, someone was riding me so hard, I was thinking in the back, because I had my clubs in the back. I was like, what club can I sacrifice on this guy's windshield? And I came up with the gap wedge, but I didn't do it.
Why the gap wedge?
Because I can't hit it. I don't know. For whatever reason, it just squirts off the side of the club.
52, 50, what do you get?
I got a 56
54?
in there. I got a 56 in there.
56, that's a great club.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to sacrifice that one. The gap wedge was the one. It's like
okay.
pitching wedge fine, 56 fine. That gap wedge, I can't get it right for whatever reason. So I was going to smash it on the guy's windshield. But like, what do you do in that spot when you're ready to lose your mind in traffic? Like, where do you go?
To the darkness.
To the darkness.
Like, seriously, do you think back in those experiences?
No,
like,
I have like a book on tape that's going on. You know?
Oh,
So
okay,
I listen to a book on tape or maybe put on some light, instrumental music to calm me down a little bit. That might help.
Wow.
I like the fact that you said darkness. That's great. You know, by the way, I do have a little dirty laundry on you. I found out.
Great.
So, in the weirdest way, in the last year, do you remember being at a party?
No.
Out in California, and sitting at a sink washing dishes with a guy?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you have to give me a little more information.
Well,
because I enjoy doing the dishes.
Well,
so.
here's the thing. So this guy that he enjoys doing the dishes. You see what I'm saying? He's an everyday man. So here's the thing. You were doing the dishes with this guy who happens to be a very close friend of mine, but doesn't know anything about football, oddly enough. I was best friends with his dad who died on 9/11.
Okay.
So I don't know if that helps you understand who this guy was. I don't know if he brought that up. I don't think he would have. But he called me and he said, Uncle Boomer, I just did the dishes with Aaron Rodgers at a party. And I thought that was kind of unique, but just kind of shows who you are. Like, you'll go to a play with your teammates. You'll hang out with your boys. You'll play golf with your boys. And you'll do the dishes.
I will. I definitely will. I love doing the dishes. So.
Yeah. And by the way, is your house totally furnished?
It's furnished, yeah.
Yeah. They were discussing it this morning.
I was thinking, like, if you buy a house that's got 8 bedrooms, and then do you furnish all the bedrooms? Like, because that was blowing my mind. But if it came furnished, that's a totally different thing.
No, I mean, I have a lot of stuff from other places I've lived that I've incorporated to.
And you're like, this will be perfect for the
move
6th bedroom. You're like, this is a 7th bedroom dresser.
Listen, I'm not going to talk about where I live. There's no.
Brian Gutekunst. That's where I thought you were going with this thing.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, not at all. Not at all.
All right. So it's been all about you, and obviously your entire career, it's been all about you. Does this feel different? Because when people were saying he's the New York media and he's not going to be able to handle it, it's the dumbest thing ever because the spotlight has been on you forever. But does it feel different here going into this season than other seasons? Just because it's new and it's fresh and it's New York.
Of course. I mean, I'm like, that's kind of a broad answer. Yeah. Does it feel different? Of course. It's different coming to work. Yeah. I mean, coming to Win Jets Drive, not 1265 Lombardi. Coming to work for 18 years. Everybody in the building. The security guys. The ladies sewing in the back. Every equipment guy and their story. Everybody watch the people grow up in the building really and get promotions and more opportunities and more responsibility, and you watch their kids grow up, and it's it's pretty wild to be at a place for that long and just to see, how it changes or doesn't change, and just get close to people. So everything's new. I love that part. I mean, I think that's the fun part. It's like when you go in a new school and you're the new kid in town, and I was that growing up a bunch, so I know what that's all about. But I'm not. It's different in those situations because nobody knew who the hell I was. And 5th grade, from weird kid from Northern California, moving to Portland, Oregon. Here, they know who I am now. I think the fun part is there's an idea of maybe what I am to certain people that haven't been able to be around me. So it's kind of that thing you dream about in life sometimes. Low expectations and then high performance. Those are pretty nice situations.
Well, there are high expectations here now for sure. 30 years I tried to do this, and it didn't work out so well for me. And I'm hoping that you're in a much better situation than I am. I think you're in a much more stable situation, and it really starts with your offensive coordinator. And watching Hard Knocks and listening to you guys on the practice field, it's like he never left. Like, you guys are bonded and you're on the same page. You know exactly what's going on, and it makes it a little bit easier for you to transition to this team.
Yeah, for sure. We speak the language. This was a conglomeration, myself and Nathaniel and Matt, in the offseason 2020 when COVID hit and we couldn't get together, and we really blended kind of a West Coast scheme that him and I have been in for a long time, and the Shanahan offense, and came up with what we felt like was an offense that was, really, really talented. We were 80% in the red zone that year, with Nathaniel being kind of the main red zone installer, and he would lob up some plays for Matt in that situation. But I just, our personalities click. He's definitely a lot quirkier than I am, but I love his passion for the game. I love how he sees the game, and I love the way he teaches it. And with Hard Knocks, you're not seeing kind of him in the room in his element completely, but he's really sharp on the details. And at the same time, there's a lot of emphasis on guys being able to be smart football players. We used to always say smart football players are the best players. You need your best players to be your best people. You need to be the smartest football IQ-wise. I'm not talking about a Wonderlic score or any other thing. I'm talking about a guy who can get in the moment and react and read a too-high coverage and be able to peek off the line when a guy comes hot and be able to adjust a route based on man and zone principles. And I think that's what this offense demands of our guys, is that we're not going to be robots. We're going to be able to adjust on the fly, and we're trying to get our guys to see the game through the lens of the quarterback so that we can make the proper adjustment at all times.
Did you like that first episode of Hard Knocks? What was your take on it?
Listen, I think there was an idea for a lot of us, myself included. I honestly hadn't seen the show in a few years. That it's just one big distraction after another. And I think the fear for a team that has such high expectations is, and with Hard Knocks coming in, is we want our team to be as authentic as possible. And I think there was maybe an idea that, certain people turn it on for the show over the years at certain times. And I want our guys to be, authentically themselves. When we're a connected group and everybody's pulling in the same direction, that's when you can get something done. But I will say this has not been that at all. To me, it's been very authentic with our guys, and not a distraction at all. Now, I don't know, how much we're limiting access on certain things that may be more distracted, but I think it's been great. Shannon's been incredible to talk to, and they've been, not a hassle at all, and they've asked for me to be mic'd up a few times, and I've gladly done it. And I think the content's been good. It's been real, and I'm having a good experience with it.
It's been great, actually. There was one point where all the quarterbacks get up and you're out on the field, and you basically say to your quarterbacks, I'm paraphrasing here, go meet your teammates, go sit with your teammates, go get to know each other. I can't believe that, that's part of what you're doing here, how you're advising the young quarterbacks, especially like Zach Wilson. What's your take on him and watching him now in this, in this offense and underneath you and trying to listen to you and learn from you?
Well, I think there's multiple parts to playing the position, as Boom, when you play at a high level. It's not just the football stuff that's important. There's a lot of things that go into the winning part, and a lot of it is fostering that chemistry and being the energetic spark plug sometimes at practice, and being the guy that holds guys accountable, and being guys that sets up group outings, and being the guy that's connected to 1 through 69 on the roster, and then during camp, 1 through high 80s or 90 guys on the roster. You got to be connected and plugged into those guys, and that's why I said what I said. Really, there's a group There's always groups within the group, guys that like to eat together and spend more time together, and that's great. That's fine. But it's important during these times that we, make other guys feel like they're a part of this. We need everybody in this thing, and you never know who it's going to be. You start the season out, and there's always guys you expect to have big seasons that don't. You don't expect anything from, or might not even be on a roster at this point, and come in and make an impact. And a lot of times, especially in Green Bay over the years, we had a number of practice squad guys who would get elevated during the season, and guys who develop and grow, or maybe you're a backup and you're a lower roster number guy. We need those guys to be ready to go. And I always feel like a guy's going to play better, a guy's going to be more invested, a guy's going to take care of himself, be a better professional if he feels like he's a part of something. And just a reminder to those guys, like, there's so many leadership opportunities throughout the day. You might just miss and skip because I want to sit with my guys here and it's the same 3 guys every week. But there might be a kid over there who's struggling that maybe just sitting next to him and ask him a question and listening for a lunch could change that person's day, and who knows what that does for that person. So I think it's just little reminders for these guys, and I enjoy it. That's something that I do. If they don't want to do it, and that's fine. But it's something that has meant a lot to me over the years of just looking for those opportunities to talk to those guys, and especially the quiet ones, because a lot of them just want to feel like they belong.
So you're, I think, 2 years younger than I am. And the thing that I admire most about you right now is you seem to have figured out yourself and who you are and completely confident in that. Now, you've done a lot of different things over the last number of years. First of all, is that true? Do you feel like you've completely figured it out from the standpoint of who you are and what your life is? And what was the most important tool into getting to that point?
Well, no, I think, I don't ever feel like I'm a finished product. I'm on the journey and thankful. I'm thankful to be on the journey. I feel like for so many years I wasn't kind of on that journey to like a deeper sense of self-love and growth, and, kind of on my spiritual journey. But I've leaned in the last few years, especially, and it's made a big difference for me on the field. I think in the locker room with my teammates, better perspective on life, better perspective in general on kind of my purpose and bringing the joy back to every area of my life. So I'm thankful for those things. There've been some hard moments in some of those retreats and ceremonies, but I really am a believer in the stuff that I've done, plant medicine, and I think it's made me a lot better person, and hopefully I can encourage other people to at least lean in and be interested, because I think there's a lot of healing to be done for people who are interested in going down that spiritual path.
Speaking of spiritual paths, I would think when you come out of this darkness retreat, honestly, you say the Jets. You saw the Jets last year up close and personal. You saw their defense. You saw how talented they were. There's a lot of memes out there. There's a lot of laughter about that and the way that you went about it. I'm thinking now that you're here and you see this team up close and personal, I guess is it as good as you thought it was?
Better. Yeah, definitely better. I think sometimes you can say nice things about one thing and not be dissing another. So when I say great things about how I'm loving this year, I feel like I need to say before that it's not a shot against Green Bay. I have a lot of love and gratitude for that time. But that chapter is over, and this has been better than I was even daydreaming about, sitting in that hole in the ground, thinking about what my life could be. Because I contemplated retirement, I contemplated coming back, and the Jets was always the team that was the most interesting to me because of Robert, because of Nathaniel, because of the way they whooped our ass last year, and I thought that it was going to be a good ball club, but it's really been better than I could have expected, and it feels like sometimes that I woke up inside of a dream, and that this is my life playing out. I pinched myself various times throughout the week, every single week that I've been here, like, man, how cool is my life right now? How special is this? A bunch of new guys to hang out with, to meet, the clout, and to walk in and be respected, which I think any great leader understands. It's way better to be respected than liked. And if you try and be liked more than respected, you'll get neither. Mm-hmm. But to walk in with a lot of respect from the guys, and now to start the friendships that we've made with various guys on the team, and then to just be a part of something special that has a chance. Late in your career, to be able to come to work every day and know that you have a chance to be in the mix in February is a special feeling, and then to be able to spend time in the city and reconnect with old East Coast friends and make new friends here and sit next to Randall Cobb, one of my best friends in the whole world, and Billy Turner and Alan Lazard and these hilarious defensive guys to my right in the locker room, the JFM and Solly and Denzel and Quentin, it's Big Al Woods. I mean, it's a fun team. I'm having a blast. It's a great mix of like the young kind of hungry personalities, the Will McDonalds of the world who are skateboarding all around here with his crazy hair and piercings, and they're the old vets like Al Woods and Greg Zerloin and Thomas Morstead. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm having a blast.
So you have to go, but I'm going to show you the biggest mistake I ever made. 18 years old. Ready?
Wow.
Yeah. Wow is right.
Yeah.
Wow. Was your high school team?
No.
Because my high school team was the Vikings.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that makes it even worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I grew up a big Vikings fan, so I've watched you beat my team up a million times, so it's nice to finally meet you.
We had some good battles.
Can you give him any tips on Dalvin Cook?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he could know better than me, but I think he's got a lot left. He was really good last year. He still had that explosive burst, man. I still thought he was better than Alexander Madison. I was bummed when he got cut, so I think he got a great one, and I know you got a great one.
Yeah, I'm excited about him. The running back market, it's been really wild to watch, hasn't it? Just the devaluation of those guys.
It's been sad, actually.
Yeah.
Because I think we all understand just how much they do and how important they are, especially when you're starting to throw them the ball. And guys like Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley are multi-purpose backs. They're explosive backs that make the offense a little bit easier for the quarterback.
Yeah, they're three-down guys, and a running back has to be, they're in the blocking scheme, they're in the run game, they're in the pass game. They got to know, check down rules and four calls and adjustments, and also go out and put your head down and get rocked 20 times a game.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that I don't know how you remedy that. Seems there's some backs maybe feeling like there's a little collusion this year, which
I would feel that way if I were them.
I would too.
I would be really disgusted with the way that my position has been treated.
Yeah.
But who knows? Just hopefully he's explosive for you guys, and you guys get the best out of him.
I've never been more nervous in my life than when you said explain Dalvin Cook to Aaron Rodgers. I was like, I can't do
watched
that,
every
man.
single game.
I can't do that. This is he knows.
But he hasn't watched every game of his. You have.
I watched him break off a 75-yarder and untouched a few years ago in the first play of the second half. I was
standing up.
Yeah.
I was going nuts for that one. All right, Aaron. It's great meeting you.
Thanks, guys.
Best of luck this year.
Good to see you. Thanks for your patience.
Thanks. Oh, absolutely. Come on. Your patience in that traffic. Get used to it.
Yeah, well,
Get used to it. See you.
Thanks so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified when we're dropping new content.